and start saving. Here it is. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
The Community Affairs Bulletin Board offers you the opportunity to get your word out to the community about your fundraiser, your nonprofit organization, or your community service. Just tell us what, when, where, and why by faxing to 745-4084 or bring it to the KHPQ studios on the corner of Main and Griggs Street in downtown Clinton during normal business hours. Let us know a couple of weeks in advance so that we can help you help others.
Don't preach me a sermon, let me see you live one. This is a saying that Christians should live by. It's one thing to say all the right things, but quite another for Christian people to live what we profess. Many times we leave what we say and believe inside the church building when the service is over, and then next Sunday when we enter the church building, we pick it up again. It's by living a sermon that others will want to join in and be a part of what God's blessing. I'm Tommy Toombs of Heber Springs First United Methodist Church, reminding you that you can preach any sermon you want, but people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
At First Arkansas Bank and Trust, we care about your safety as well as the safety of our employees. Our lobbies are now open for full customer use with new safety measures in place to help keep you and our bank family healthy. First Arkansas Bank and Trust has always put our community first. We're proud to continue that tradition by being mindful of your safety while providing the services you need. We're excited to say we'll see you soon at First Arkansas Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
You hear the headlines. You know health insurance is a real mess right now. Premiums have skyrocketed, and in most cases, you're stuck with your plan until open enrollment. But there's a government rule that allows you to qualify for lower health insurance rates if your life has changed. That means if you've changed jobs, if you're having a child, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, even if you run a small business or you're self-employed, this law may qualify you to get lower health insurance rates. Call the Health Insurance Hotline today. Learn how this 10-minute call can help you get lower health insurance rates. This is a free service to help consumers learn the laws to help them qualify for lower health insurance rates. So call right now to learn more.
800-603-9985. 800-603-9985. 800-603-9985. That's 800-603-9985. Paid for by Go Health.
It's time now for exciting Yellow Jacket baseball action on the Trip, 94.7 and 97.3. After 2 consecutive years of conference championships and trips to the state, and then 2020 was a washout. But Coach Prince is back with a young team that's ready for baseball action with the Boys of Summer. Today's game brought to you by Ozark Health Medical Center, F.L. Davis Ace Clinton, Flag Law Firm, Justin Collision Repair and Towing, The River Company Insurance, Joe Lee Chevrolet, First Security Bank, Grassroots Equipment, Farm Bureau Insurance, and by Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The video, Facebook, and YouTube streams when internet is available by First Arkansas Bank and Trust and by Cowboy CDJR. Play of the Game is brought to you by First Arkansas Bank and Trust, and your announcer for today's game is KHPQ sports announcer Mike Hawley. Your producer is Keith Parrish. And now, let's make a trip to the baseball field for some exciting Yellow Jacket baseball action on the Trip.
Hey, Yellow Jacket baseball is on the air from the day at the ballpark. It is a beautiful day here for baseball here in Clinton. If you're in the area, you still got time to come on down as the Yellow Jackets will wrap up the regular season today as they take on the Valley Springs Tigers in a non-conference game here at the field. I'm Mike Hawley along with Boji Hester, and we'll bring you Yellow Jacket baseball today. Jackets coming in today with a record of 14-12. It's been a tough week for the Yellow Jackets, Boji. We came into Monday on a 4-game winning streak, and we're on the we were counting outs, looking at that 5th win in a row, and then it kind of fell apart on us.
It's a bad time of year to be in a slump, and I think what is happening is I don't know if our pitching just can't throw strikes all night. We seem like we're getting a lot of hits, we're scoring a lot of runs. Defense has been pretty good, but we're putting too many guys on base, too many walks, too many hits batsmen. And that has come back to really hurt us this week.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets led 11-0 and 19-10 in that game on Monday, and we're just trying to get through that one. Ball Knob came back and got the win 20-19. It was a wild one. More points scored in that game than was scored in the Ball Knob Clinton football game this year. But then the Yellow Jackets had to face a really good Pangburn team on Tuesday and a really good Southside B Branch team on Wednesday. They've had a tough week. Hope to bounce back today against the Valley Springs. Valley Springs 1-17 on the year, Boji. They won their first game of the season over Yellville 6-5. They have not won since.
It just seems like when you get on that losing streak, it's just hard to turn it around.
Let's take a break as we'll head back to the station. They're going to play the national anthem here. Stay with us for Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Ozark Health is a wonderful diamond in the rough, I call it.
Living in a rural community, having access to healthcare is critical. It has been a blessing to our community.
Not that I want to go to the hospital, this last place that I really want to go, but this is a place I'd recommend to anybody.
There's nothing like the individual care that you get here. It's phenomenal.
Our purpose for being here is to serve people. It fills me with pride that we're able to do that.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
At Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, you aren't just a number on the scoreboard. With 1.3 million insured, we have a long history of making good plays. That's why game day and every day make us your friends for life. Contact your local Farm Bureau agent for more information or visit us at www.sfbli.com.
Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. Not licensed to do business in all 50 states.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Back here on Senior Day at the ballpark at Clinton, the Yellow Jackets have one senior, and he's an outstanding senior. And that was Zach Alexander, as he was recognized before the ball game here with his parents, his grandparents in attendance. And went through all the career of Zach Alexander. Of course, a great basketball career for Zach Alexander. Ended up in the state tournament this year for the Yellow Jackets, and he had a great season this year on the basketball court. Became one of our most dependable scorers as the season went on. Helped to lead the Yellow Jackets to a state tournament berth. And then, of course, his 4 years on the baseball field, the Yellow Jackets had, I think, a couple of conference titles, a couple trips to the state tournament, probably 4 trips to the regional during his time on the field here. We're going to talk about, as we go on here, changing the lineups today, Boja. We got a couple of injuries since we last were on the air. Carson McCormick is injured and out for the year, or the hip injury. And then we just notified just before game time that Cole Prince is injured, and we don't know about his status as we go into the district tournament next week. So the Yellow Jackets will be down a couple of starters as they play today.
Yeah, and, I was going to say a while ago before the national anthem that the ball game at Ball Knob really took a little steam out of us. Like you said, we were ahead 11-0, came back and got beat 20-19. Then we turned around, and I think we were just on a
pop up on the infield to start the game for Valley Springs, and the Yellow Jackets make the play first out of the game, and that was let me pull my Valley Springs roster up. That was Maddox Johnson, the shortstop leading off for Valley Springs. He pops out the second, and that's how it starts here.
I didn't see you here yesterday, Mike, but I think we played one of our better games of the year for 6 innings. Had Southside Beebridge down, I think it's 7-4, and ran out of pitching. We played 4 games in a row. Kids can only pitch so many pitches per day.
Hot shot to second, off the glove, going to roll into a short right field, and that'll be a hit for Valley Springs. Tough play right there, Ed. Try to short hop it to his left.
But maybe we can get well mentally. We got to get well mentally, and then we've got to be able to get ready and come play. I think don't you think we have Ball Knob next week in the district tournament?
We play Tuesday at 2:00 against Cave City.
Against Cave City.
Yep.
Okay.
4 versus 5. We'll talk about that as we go along today. And a line shot foul outside of third. Runner at first, 1 out. We're just underway. If you're in the area, come on down. Plenty of seats. Nice spring day. Much better than Tuesday. Well, that may have been the coldest sporting event I've ever done. Colder than any football game on Tuesday. And the pitch is high.
Arkansas weather.
Hitter for Valley Springs is Dylan McNulty. And he takes a strike. Count now 1-2. Yeah, we did a football game with Highland in the playoffs 2 years ago, and it was 26 degrees, but the wind wasn't blowing, and we were indoors in the press box. The wind chills hit in the 30s. And a curveball, strike 3, called. A nice pitch there, and that's the second out of the inning.
So Tuesday at 2:00, right, at Harding Academy's baseball field.
At Harding Academy. And on the flip side, the girls will also be in Searcy, but it'll be at Riverview High School. I think some of the coaches did not like the playing facility at Harding as far as softball went. They have a grass infield. Most softball teams play on dirt, so they're going to move that over to Riverview. Runner at first, 2 outs for Valley Springs. Ball gets away from the catcher. And the runner, Lipper, goes to second.
Didn't you tell me that this time next year the girls' softball field should be here right behind the high school field?
That are the plans.
I've heard that would be the plans.
Dodd to the plate, pitches out, and it's a called strike on the corner. Count now 2-1. Want to give Mayor McCormick and his city crew, they've done a great job on the city fields getting ready for the regional tournament in 2 weeks. They have actually taken the fences down and moved them in, and that pitch is high. They've actually moved the fences in to regulation high school softball size, so that took some work. And they're going to have 2 fields for the regional, and they had to move the fences in on both of them. But the Clinton Park and Recreation crew has done a nice job. And ground ball back to the mound off Dodd's glove. He picks it up, throws to first, and that'll end the inning. Valley Springs gets a hit, leaves a man, does not score. And as the Yellow Jackets come to bat in the first, it's Valley Springs nothing, Clinton nothing. Listen to Yellow Jacket baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
First Arkansas Bank and Trust is thinking outside the box with Cube. Cube is a new interactive banking service that allows you to cash checks, make deposits, make your home or auto loan payment without leaving the comfort of your vehicle. Cube uses live, local, friendly account representatives Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. For extended banking hours, personal service, and convenient access, start banking outside the box with Cube at First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
That makes the ball now game look worse.
Yeah, on Monday, the Yellow Jackets still had a mathematical chance for second place. They could have a win over Ball Knob and a win over Penguin the next day would have forced a 3-way tie for second, and then he went to the point system to determine that. And so, but the Yellow Jackets will they can get a win in the district tournament and see what happens. That'll get back here to the regional the following week. Let's look at that Yellow Jacket lineup today. It'll be a little bit different. It'll be Titus Johnson leading off, playing left field for the Yellow Jackets. Peyton Nelson, the shortstop, batting second. Russ Hensley batting third, playing over at third. Joe Chalk today is the cleanup hitter. He's playing first. Zach Alexander batting fifth, playing out in center field. Triple Anders batting sixth. He'll be in right field. Nathan Wilson batting seventh, over at second. And Dylan Jones is the catcher today for the Yellow Jackets. Dodd is the pitcher. And Trammell Hastings will be the designated hitter today for Clinton, batting in the 9th spot. So it'll be Johnson, Nelson, and Hensley here in the first. Anybody gets on, it'll be chalk. And the pitch on the way is outside. Pitcher today for Valley Springs is McNulty.
Is number 3, right-hander. Looks pretty young.
Dylan McNulty is the pitcher.
Matter of fact, if you look around at their club, a bunch of their kids look pretty young. Maybe freshman, sophomore.
Johnson ahead in the count 2-0. And swings and misses there, now 2-1.
Over the years, they really haven't been known much of as a baseball program, really. A little more basketball.
Johnson grounds it to third. Third baseman boots it, now throws it, and Johnson safe at first. And the Yellow Jackets had the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring in Peyton Nelson. Yeah, Boji, I'm not sure if Valley Springs cares about any sport unless the ball bounces. I'm not sure if they care about the stick and ball sports over the years. Although they're, and there goes the runner Johnson, and he'll steal it easily. The ball goes into center field. Johnson now head over to third without a play, and the catcher airmailed that ball into center field. And the Jackets have a man at third now with nobody out. I will say, though, their softball team is 15-5 and leading the 3A1 conference. Nelson chance to put the Yellow Jackets in the lead. And he skies one to right field. A lot of sun out there. Right fielder drops the ball. And Johnson scores. Nelson heads for second. And the Yellow Jackets are on the board first in this one as they lead 1-0 on an error by the right fielder.
That's a tough play out there in right field, looking directly into the sun. Ball was hit really high. That was just a tough play.
Jackets lead 1-0. That'll bring in Russ Hensley here. And he's hit by the pitch. And the first 3 Yellow Jackets to bat have reached today. That'll bring in Chalk batting cleanup today.
I think Job got a couple of base hits yesterday.
Also had some hits at Ball Knob on Monday.
Yeah, I don't think putting the bat on the ball has been our problem here the last 4 or 5 games. It's just we've given up a lot of walks and hits batsmen in the bad.
Ground ball to short. Shortstop looked at third, now throws to second. Does get a force out there. I think he's going to throw the ball to third, but the third baseman didn't cover the bag. The play there might have been to go for the double play up the middle, but Joe reaches first. And that's the first out of the inning. Hensley forced at second, but the Yellow Jackets have first and third with only one out.
Catcher steps out and gives defensive signals to his infield with the first and third situation. You don't know whether they're going to throw through and try to get it out at second and give up a run, or whether they're going to just.
There goes Chalk, and he steals second without a throw.
Yeah, fake to second.
And Joe had a hard slide at second. Hope he's okay. Zach Alexander's the hitter. This is Zach's day. He's the only senior on the roster. And the pitch to the plate is outside. Count now 2-0.
I suppose everybody's district starts next week in the from 3A down. I don't know if 4A.
Oh, and Zach is hit in the helmet. He's okay. He'll second batter to be hit in the inning. That'll load the bases for Trip Landers.
I think it was just a slow breaking curve that ended up didn't break very much.
I think if you got to get hit by a pitch, that's the one you want to be hit by.
Yeah, right.
The slow spinning curveball.
He thought he ducked out of it enough, and it just barely clipped his forehead.
Landers up, swinging a miss on a pitch outside. First pitch the Trip saw on Monday at Ball Knob. He shot it off the right field fence for a double. And they are giving him a lot of room out there in right center. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss. That one's down and away, now 0-2.
He hit one up on the street last night out here, foul down the right field line. He got every bit of it. It was just early.
Tripp needs to put this one in play. Ball outside, got runners on a beautiful day at the ballpark. And the pitch to the plate by McNulty is foul back. Count stays 1-2. Lady Yellow Jackets on the road today. They are taking on Class 5A Russellville today. And they will be at home, barring the weather, tomorrow against Valley Springs. It'll be senior day for the Lady Yellow Jackets tomorrow. They have 4 seniors. And the pitch to Landers. That ball's high, now 2-2. If that game is rained out tomorrow, they're going to do senior day here during the regional tournament. So they do have a little backup plan in case there's a rain out tomorrow. And the pitch, and Trip off the end of the bat to the third baseman, off his glove. Race to the bag at third. He is out there, but a run scores. As Trip kind of nubbed that one off the end of the bat. Had a lot of spin on it. Third baseman bobbled it, picked it up, then it was a race to the base.
Yeah, there's a little cue ball off there. The third baseman kind of hit one of his arms and spun around. Race to the bag. He just barely beat Job.
And now there's 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch foul back.
Other than little rain showers the next week or so, I think it's going to be a good week for the regional tournament.
Nathan Wilson, the hitter, he's down the whole 0-2.
Nathan playing second base today.
Nathan is playing second today. Dylan Jones moved to catcher today. And the pitch is foul back. Just tuned in. Clinton leads 2-0.
Yeah, with Carson not being able to play now for a while, we need to get us another catcher. You never know, a foul tip off of an elbow or a finger or something.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have Got to have somebody back there.
Carson very versatile too. He can catch, play the infield. We saw him in left field, I believe, and also one of our pitchers. And the pitch swing and a miss by Wilson. That'll end the inning as McNulty gets his first strikeout of the ball game. But the Yellow Jackets come through with a couple of runs. There were a couple of hit batters, a couple of errors, and one hit in the inning for Clinton. But at the end of one inning of play, it's Clinton 2, Valley Springs nothing. Listen to Yellow Jacket baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
Here's the pitch. You swing. It's a deep drive to left center field. You've hit a home run with Farm Bureau Insurance. From great rates and local agents to fast, fair claim service, it's Farm Bureau Insurance. See Kai Rhoda, Ty Glover, or Mickey Parrish for all your insurance needs at Farm Bureau Insurance today at 501-745-2117. Open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4:30. That's Farm Bureau.
FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. FL Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. FL Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Must have a grandson.
Yellow Jackets get a couple in the top of the first. Valley Springs comes to bat here. Jackets lead 2-0. Ty Dodd on the hill today for the Yellow Jackets. Yeah, we talked about district tournament next week at 2 o'clock. They got a waiver from the AAA to play day games. There was another conference in the state that wanted to, so usually you don't see day games until the regional and state tournaments.
Right.
And so the conference got a waiver, so there'll be, I think it's 5 games, I think, on Monday, both baseball and softball, starting early in the morning.
Yeah, you know, it used to, you didn't even hardly have to get a waiver. Most schools didn't even have lights back years ago. Now everybody's got lights, so it's a little harder to get a waiver.
Hunter Reese, the batter for Valley Springs. First pitch is a ball outside. And the pitch is a strike. Dodd started that game on Monday at Ball Knob, got into the 4th inning. I think 5 Yellow Jackets eventually pitched on Monday. And a pitch foul and out of play.
Yeah, and with Cole, I mean, with Carson not being able to pitch all week, we just got a little short of pitching.
Yeah, we mentioned Cole Prince, too. Very good center fielder. Usually bats up near the top of the order, can run. You miss him. And then, of course, he's been one of our more effective pitchers. Dodd's pitch foul back. Count 2-2.
And I like the way Ty's starting. He's throwing strikes, standing around the zone. The other kids are taking good hacks at it, so maybe this will go pretty quick. There you go.
And a pitch swing and a miss. And Reese goes down. First strikeout of the game for Dodd. First out here in the 2nd inning.
Who's in that conference up there with Valley Springs?
They go west now, so you've got Elkins and West Fork, Greenland.
Wow, all the way over the western part of the state, almost go into Oklahoma, don't they?
Yep. And they play double hitters in that conference, so when they play a conference game, they play 2 on the same date. So,
yeah, with that much travel, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And pitch swing and a miss.
I don't know if maybe these kids go up to Harrison and play in the Legion program in the summer.
If they're still American Legion.
Well, that's
American
true.
Legion has really took a hit the last few years over.
A lot of schools have gone to this extended high school, and so they don't want anybody else to come play.
Yeah, extended high school and the showcase baseball has really hurt American Legion, which used to be the standard. And a swing and a miss. And as Kelly strikes out there, back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs here. Yeah, and that was the elite level of baseball in Arkansas for decades to play American Legion baseball.
Yeah.
And the pitch is grounded slowly toward third. Hensley up, throws across the diamond, and out at first. Nice play by Russ Hensley on a slow hit roller to third, and that'll end the inning there. 3 up, 3 down for Valley Springs. Jackets come to bat in the second. They lead 2-0. Listen to Yellow Jacket baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
First Arkansas Bank and Trust is thinking outside the box with Cube. Cube is a new interactive banking service that allows you to cash checks, make deposits, make your home or auto loan payment without leaving the comfort of your vehicle. Cube uses live, local, friendly account representatives Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. For extended banking hours, personal service, and convenient access, start banking outside the box with Cube at First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Good start for the Yellow Jackets today, but they've led every game this week, I believe, at some point. They led both the Southside and the Payne games, and, of course, the Ball Knob game. I'll see today if they can finish this one off today. They lead 2-0 here as they come to bat in the second.
Yeah, like I say, it hasn't been our hitting and defense. We've just kind of run out of pitching late, and then the teams just roll up runs on us like crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen a game like that one Monday. There were like 4 hit batters in the last 2 innings. There was a pitch to a ball knob hitter that went behind him. He didn't get his bat out of the way. The ball hit the bat, rolled back to the pitcher, and then, we couldn't make the play. It was just one of those days that just crazy things happened that day at Ball Knob.
Dylan Jones just got hit. What's that, the third batsman we've already been hit?
Yes, third hit batter today is Dylan Jones is hit to lead off the second. And that'll bring in.
If there's a good thing about that, Mike, is he's only throwing about 70 miles an hour if he's throwing that fast.
Trammell Hastings, he's the DH today, batting in the 9th spot. Trammell's bouncing back from injuries, too, as he was injured in the preseason with some bones in his elbow. And he has worked hard to get back to here. There goes Jones, and he is safe at second. As the ball gets into center field again, Jones gets up and heads to third, and that's twice in the first 2 innings where the catcher's throw has got into center field, and Jones heads over to third with nobody out.
That's just a fundamental right there, Mike, defensively for Valley. The second baseman couldn't come up with the catch, but the shortstop was backing him up. The ball just gets through him, too. So the shortstop does his job, or the second baseman gets down there and blocks that ball, then we still got a runner at second instead of third.
And a pitch to Hastings, swing and a miss on a pitch up and in. Yeah, sometimes you just got to give up on trying to make the out and just block the ball. And that's those 2 middle infielders there should have tried to knock that one down. McNulty, his second inning of work. And a pitch, swing and a miss.
Hastings got that sleeve on his right arm, a little compression sleeve probably. Maybe he'll get that elbow well.
2-2 the count. And the pitch. And ground ball slowly hit toward third. Third baseman fields it and throws and out at first. And Jones has to stay at third. 1 out, but back to the top of the order. Yeah, kind of an unusual injury. I've never really seen that before in all my years of being around baseball to breaking some bones in the elbow there. And so very unusual, but Trammell's bouncing back. The young man from Pangburn had successful Tommy John surgery. And the pitch is grounded toward third and through the third baseman this time, and Jones will score on the air, and Wilson will reach first. And that's one of those you get on a grass infield.
On the overthrow to the second baseman.
And the ball gets away, and Wilson ends up at second. 2 errors on that play.
How did the young Hastings, how did he hurt his elbow? Was it throwing?
Yeah, my understanding was just throwing in the preseason.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
the Tommy John stuff is just wearing young kids' elbows out.
Nelson up, pitch goes behind him. Yeah, Luke Rowland had successful Tommy John surgery a few weeks ago.
I've got a good friend, his son is an orthopedic surgeon, and he said it's amazing how many young pitchers, baseball players are having Tommy. He said he's talking 13, 14, 15-year-old kids. And he said he's even had parents ask him for the surgery before they get hurt. So supposedly it makes it stronger, which I don't believe. So it's a crazy deal anymore.
Nelson hit by a pitch. That's the 4th hit by pitcher today by Valley Springs pitching. And Russ Hensley's up with runners at first and second. Only 1 out here in the second. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball, base hit into left field. And Wilson will stop at third. It gets away from the left fielder. Wilson's going to score. Nelson's going to score. And Hensley's heading for third, and he'll be over there without a play. Has a clear base hit to left field, but it got through the left fielder, rolled all the way to the fence. And 2 Yellow Jackets score. And now the Yellow Jackets lead by a score of 5-0.
And there's just another fundamental play. That ball is probably rolling 50 feet before it ever even gets to the left fielder. And it just goes right under his glove all the way to the fence.
The Yellow Jackets have scored 3 times the inning on only 1 hit. Joe Chalk, the hitter.
That's been happening to us late in the game here the last 2 or 3 games. You know, we'll walk a couple, hit a couple, get bases loaded, then somebody hits a gapper. And then we walk a couple, hit a couple, somebody hits a gapper.
Chalk up, getting to a fielder's choice his first time up. Flies it into right field. Right fielder having to come in over near the line. That's a hit. Hensley will score. Gets by the right fielder. And Chalk heads for second. And he'll be there with 1 out. And now the Yellow Jackets extend their lead 6-0. On a hit by Chalk. 3rd hit of the game for the Yellow Jackets.
Here comes our only senior again. He got hit a while ago, so he has no official at bat.
Zach Alexander at the plate, and he pops one toward first. First baseman in foul territory makes the play, and that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. I think that kind of got in on his hands.
Just barely fisted that up in the air.
2 outs, runner at second. Tripp Landers at the plate. Tripp reached first on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning.
Most of the time you don't have to worry about Tripp and taking a good hack. He'll swing the bat.
Tripp with that powerful, compact swing. Keeps his hands in near his body. And the pitch is high, now ball 2.
They're giving Tripper a little rest today. He's caught 3 straight days, giving his legs and knees a little rest. He's out in the outfield playing right field today.
And the pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Up in the count 2-0. That's a good pitch to take. If Tripp's looking maybe for something over the inner part of the plate to pull. And he flies one toward left. Left fielder starts back, now in, and makes the play, and that'll end the inning for Clinton Butt. It's a big inning for the Yellow Jackets. They score 4 times on 2 hits, and at the end of 2 full innings of play, it's Clinton 6, Valley Springs nothing. Listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
A service of King Sullivan Radio, K234BB and 94.7 FM, KGFL 1110 AM, Clinton.
Into the top of the third, Clinton leads 6-0 in this one. Yellow Jackets have scored 6 runs on 3 hits. Trying to adjust the live stream for you if you're watching home. We hope you are. I kind of had some of the advertising on top of first base there, so now you can hopefully you can see at home. Now you can see first base better. I want to thank all of our great sponsors, especially First Arkansas Bank and Trust and Cowboy Dodge, Cowboy CDJ, and Steve Landers and all the gang for being the title sponsors for your live stream. And yesterday and today, so far so good on the live stream. You never know.
And we've had a couple of glitches with it, haven't we?
And the ball is foul.
Ty Dodge throwing strikes. That's what you want defensively from your pitcher. Keeps your infielders on their toes, and because they know if it's a strike, batter's probably going to put that in play if he can.
Ethan Bolin, the hitter. Ty Dodd in his third inning of work. He struck out a couple. Those came in the second inning. And the right-hander winds and fires and foul back to the screen. Peyton Wallace on deck for Valley Springs, and he'll be followed by Levi Carney hitting in the 9th spot. And pitch is swing and a miss, and that's the first out here in the third, and the third strikeout of the game for Dodd.
Todd showed off kind of a knife, big, long, sweeping curve there. It was a strike for about 3/4 of the way down. That curveball didn't have much vertical depth to it, but it had a lot of horizontal sweep.
First pitch is high. And the pitch is fouled off to the screen. Now Owen, or check that 1-1 count, evens up there. Leadoff hitter Johnson on deck. And the pitch to the plate. Good pitch inside, jams him back to the pitcher. Dodd has it over to first. And 2 outs here quickly in the Valley Springs second inning. Good pitch in on the hands. Back to the top of the order, Maddox Johnson. He popped up to second base his first time. And the pitch is outside. Hinchley at third. Nelson at short. Johnson at second. Chalk over at first for the Yellow Jackets. And a hot shot to third under the glove of Hinchley into the left field. And that'll be a 2-out hit Rush had to try to backhand that one near the line. Tough play there. And it'll be a 2-out hit for Valley Springs.
Now batting number 7, Brock Lippy.
It's one of those that's a tough play, but if he feels it, makes the throw across, it turns into a great play.
Yeah, third base is such a reaction position. The ball gets on you quickly. Got to have quick hands. That time the ball was between Russ and the baseline, so he had to try to backhand it. Brock Lippy, the hitter. He singled in the first. Valley Springs with 2 hits now in the ball game. And the pitch outside. I think I mentioned that in I think a play we saw for Valley Springs that last inning, especially playing third. You got to catch the ball in up on the grass or get back behind it. And ground ball to short. Nelson in across the diamond for the out. Good play by Peyton Nelson. That'll end the inning. Valley Springs gets a hit, leaves a man, does not score. We head to the bottom of the third. It's Clinton 6, Valley Springs nothing. Listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
DHing for him.
Yeah, Mike, it looks like they're changing pitchers.
Luke Vail, the pitcher, now for Valley Springs. I heard the coach, we talked, visited a little bit before the ball game. I think he's going to use several pitchers today. Really interesting, too. They play their home games at Harrison. It's a sports complex. Their on-campus field they used to play in years ago is apparently not playable anymore. So they have to go to Harrison to play their home games. They play a lot of road games during the year.
Especially if you have to go up there and practice every day. I don't know if they can still practice back there behind the gym where their old field used to be.
Nathan Wilson leading off for Clinton. He struck out to end the first inning. If you've ever been to Valley Springs, they have a baseball field right next to the gym, but most of the school's up on a hill, and the gym and those baseball fields roll off the hill to the south. 2-0 count on Wilson. Now make it 3-0. It'll be Wilson, Jones, and Hastings. Anybody gets on Titus Johnson here in the Clinton third. And the pitch is high, a 4-pitch walk. That's how the Clinton third inning starts.
Now batting. Number 1, Dylan Jones.
Jones was hit by a pitch in the second inning, came around to score. He's one of 4 Clinton players to be hit today so far.
He put the bat on the ball a couple of times yesterday. That's good to see.
Checks the runner at first, steps off, no throw.
Earlier in the year, we were batting him lead off because you would always expect him to put the ball in play.
There goes Wilson. There's the throw. Wilson safe at second. And the Yellow Jackets have pretty much run at will today on the Valley Springs pitcher and catcher.
I don't have a stopwatch with me, but that pitcher is slow, with his release. Runners just, it's too easy right now for them to steal second.
Vail's pitch is a ball high. Count now 2-0. We've got 6 straight balls to start the inning. And the pitch is just inside. Now 3-0. See if he has a take sign here. And he takes a strike. Count now 3-1. Wind's starting to pick up here.
Probably hear it through our microphones, can't you?
Sid said you definitely could hear it Tuesday. It was like a gale force wind down at the softball field. Of course, the softball field, as Jones walks, Yellow Jackets have runners at first and second. Nobody out. Of course, the softball field is dirt, and they had to stop the game several times, let the dust storms clear the field. And the pitch shows bunt. Good bunt in front of the plate. Pitcher comes in. Nobody covering first, and the bases are loaded on a nice bunt by Trammell Hastings. He was going to move the runners over to second and third. He did, but he reaches base himself, as Valley Springs does not cover first base, as the first baseman and the pitcher came in and tried to field the ball. And the Jackets have the bases loaded, nobody out, and the top of the order coming up.
I think the second baseman missed the defensive call. First baseman charges. Second baseman has to cover.
Ground ball. Johnson back to the pitcher. Flip to the catcher. What's the call? Out at the plate. Ball rolled about 3 feet in front of home plate. The pitcher came in and grabbed it, flipped it to the catcher. There's a force out at home, and he just barely beat him on a bang-bang play at the plate. And now the Yellow Jackets have the bases loaded and 1 out.
That's a pretty close play, Mike. If that ball had gone another couple of feet, I think he'd have been fine.
Nelson pops it up. It's going to be an infield fly rule. And there's 2 outs as the shortstop makes the play. The Yellow Jackets had bases loaded, nobody out, top of the order up. Now they have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Nelson popped that up. He got runners at first, second, and third, and less than 2 outs. The batter is automatically out. What's called the infield fly rule, regardless of whether the fielder catches the ball. And Russ takes a ball outside.
You know, people have asked over the years, well, why is that? Well, years and years ago, professional players used to let that ball drop, hit the ground, and then they would double people off. You know, you can't take off running because the ball's right there in the infield. So the pros would just let it drop, pick it up, double people off at third, second, or whatever.
And Russ comes through with a hit. A 2-out single. Goes through the left fielder. And 1 run scores. Here comes Hastings. He's going to score. And Johnson, he's going to score. And Russ Hensley at third. And you said it. That play looked identical.
Identical.
I could run a replay from the first inning, and it looked just like that. A hot shot between the third baseman and the shortstop. Straight to the left fielder and rolled right through his legs all the way to the fence. And the center fielder had to come over and retrieve the ball. And by that time, 3 Yellow Jackets had scored.
You know, just tell the young man to get down on one knee. Let it bounce off of him or something. And I know nobody feels worse than he does because the whole park is looking at him.
Chalk is the hitter. Jackets now lead 9-0 as Vale pitches, and Chalk, high bouncer over the third baseman's head in the left field, and Hensley scores. Give Yellow Jackets a lot of credit, though. Had bases loaded, no outs. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Russ comes through, and Chalk comes through with 2-out hits. Hensley comes in to score.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to leave those guys on base. So I think Nelson got a little anxious, kind of had a little uppercut in his swing, popped him up. That was what's happening to us defensively the last few games. A walk, then somebody hits. There's another.
And Zach Alexander hits a rope to left, and the left fielder makes a play. That was probably the toughest play of the inning for the left fielder, and he made it. He missed a couple of easy ones, but that's going to end the inning with the Yellow Jackets come up big again as they pick up 4 runs in the third inning. As we head to the 4th inning, it's Clinton 10 Valley Springs nothing. Listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7, and the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.
First Arkansas Bank and Trust is thinking outside the box with Cube. Cube is a new interactive banking service that allows you to cash checks, make deposits, make your home or auto loan payment without leaving the comfort of your vehicle. Cube uses live, local, friendly account representatives Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. For extended banking hours, personal service, and convenient access, start banking outside the box with Cube at First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Another good inning for the Yellow Jackets. They came through with two big two-out hits. Kept an inning going. The Yellow Jackets head to the fourth, and they lead 10-0 here on a nice, cool, but not a bad day for baseball here at Clinton. I want to mention our great sponsors, Kyle Hensley. That's his son, Russ, that got that big two-out hit for the Yellow Jackets to knock in some runs. And we'll mention Kyle Hensley and all the support he gives the Yellow Jackets, and Kyle Hensley DDS, Highway 65 South, next to Sonic and across from Walmart. Your local hometown dentist, Kyle Hensley. First pitch popped up, and Chalk makes the play at first, and that's how the Valley Springs fourth inning starts, on a pop-up.
I bet you Kyle Hensley's mom and dad, Don and Dana, are sitting out there in their car watching.
I bet they are.
They don't miss many.
And I want to thank all the people up on the hill watching from their cars, and from Booster Island out there in left center field. I think for all those people out there listening. Well, we had probably our biggest hill crowd ever at the softball game today. It was so cold. People set up on the hill between La Rosita's and O'Reilly's and Subway in their cars watching the other day. So you got different options at Clinton where you want to watch the ball game.
You know, that's high-priced seating out there at where Mr. Hargis and them are sitting. You got to be a big donor to sit out there.
That's our version of this luxury suite, the Skybox. Wilburn, the hitter for Valley Springs. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Cade Wilburn. And takes a strike count now full. I mentioned Clinton Stockyards. Sale every Saturday, 1 o'clock at the Clinton Stockyards, Highway 65 North, and the pitch is fouled off. Hey, you can check their Facebook site. They give information if there's something special in the upcoming sale. Check their Clinton Stockyard on Facebook. You can see all type of information there on the upcoming sale. A lot of times they have special sales. And swing and a miss, and Wilburn strikes out. And that'll be the fourth strikeout for Dodd. I saw on the Facebook, they got a brand new ring in there, Bogie.
Really?
In there, yep. Bright, shiny, brand new ring inside the Clinton Stockyard. So give them a call to get ready to sell your livestock, or you want to buy that first one and start your own herd. They can do it at the Clinton Stockyards. And Dodd pitches. And the pitch is foul. This is Hunter Reese. Reese struck out back in the second. I want to mention Western Sizzlin. By the way, Western Sizzlin fed the team today. So the team was fed well today by the gang over at Western Sizzlin. And we want to thank them for all their sponsorship. Before the game, after the game, that's a great place to stop. Hey, it's a great place to stop both times.
Anytime.
Come before the game and come in after the game.
I noticed they didn't invite the radio crew, did they?
And swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from the catcher, and Wilburn, or check that, Reese will reach first. He struck out, and it'll go down as a strikeout, but he will reach first base as the ball got away from the catcher.
Nice curveball. Threw it down and low. Ball skipped into the dirt. just a little bit off of Dylan's shoulder. It's a tough pitch to handle sometime.
And he's at first base with 2 outs. And the pitch from Dodd to the lefty. That's Kelly. That's Peyton Kelly. Kelly struck out back in the second. And the pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. Right-handed pitching Dodd. Left-handed hitting Kelly. Count even 1-1. And the pitch to the plate is inside now 2-1. Want to mention also Western Sizzling. You got the 80-item buffet. You can order off the menu, or I bet you tell them what you want, and they'll fix it for you over at Western Sizzling.
Dylan's catching tonight. His mom, dad, little sister, and brother are here.
And a line drive, right center field, well hit, but there's Tripp Landers going to his right, makes a nice play on a ball that was headed toward the gap, and Landers made the catch in right center field, and that's going to end the inning for Valley Springs. No runs, no hits, no errors. They left a man, and the Yellow Jackets come to bat in the fourth. It's Clinton 10, Valley Springs nothing. Here on Senior Day, you listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7, and the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Get one root canal, get one free. Talking to Miss Derry Hensley here.
That's a special I'd pass up, Mike.
Yeah, we'll see if they had any specials going on over at the Hensley DDS, but apparently not. I thought you might get a root canal, buy one, get one free. Voce said he didn't even want the free one.
Nope. Nope.
Jackets coming to bat. It's been a good day for the Yellow Jackets. It's been a rough week for the Jackets, and it's good to see them bounce back today as they lead 10-0. Heading here to the bottom of the fourth, Tripp Landers lead off, then Nason Wilson and Dylan Jones, 6, 7, 8 hitters, due up here in the fourth for Clinton.
But the game that was scheduled at Mountain Home tomorrow, it's on the schedule, but it has been canceled, right?
Yes, glad you brought that up. Yeah, it is on the schedule. Talked to Coach Prince early in the week. By playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they thought it was best not to play Friday at Mountain Home. With the pitching rules now, you're really limited, and of course now the Yellow Jackets have a couple of injuries.
Yeah, you know, when I was coaching, you have to fill up your schedule and expect some rains. If you just schedule 1 or 2 a week and then get a rain, you don't play any. So you fill your schedule up, and then I think the Razorbacks do a lot of that. They can
kind of overschedule, and then if you have to cancel some,
right,
because of rain and things,
yeah, because they're limited on number that they can play.
Tripp Landers leading off for the Yellow Jackets. I want to mention Philip Jones and Arkansas Mountain Realty for all your real estate needs. And the first pitch to Landers, and he's hit. And that's the fourth or fifth Yellow Jacket to be hit by a pitch today.
Well, if that was the Cubs and the Cardinals, we'd already had about 3 fights, wouldn't we?
It would be a bench clearing brawl right now. That'll bring in Nathan Wilson. Wilson struck out in the first and walked and scored in the third. Landers leads away, and the pitch is high. Getting a big lead over there. Yellow Jackets have pretty much run at will today. The pitcher for Valley Springs now is Kelly. Looks the runner back at first, doesn't make a throw. Now he does throw to first. Landers back easily. That's Peyton Kelly on the hill for Valley Springs. And the pitch is a little bit high. I talked about Philip Jones and his Arkansas Mountain Realty for all your sell your home, buy your home. Just want to mention they got a great website, ArkansasMountainRealEstate.com, all lowercase letters. Just Google that, and it'll get you there. Pitch is high. And you can look for listings here, but also listings in the area, too, from here to Heber, to Shirley, to Scotland, to Damascus. And so he can get you anywhere you want to be. And the pitch is a strike, now 3-1. But that's ArkansasMountainRealEstate.com. And I thought some cool things on there. They had some tips on there. If you're trying to buy a house or sell a house, there's some tips that you need to know, and those are on the website. And a swing and a miss. Count now full, 3-2. And that's ArkansasMountainRealEstate.com and Philip Jones.
Yeah, Philip's a good guy. I think he's the president of the Booster Club. He'll do anything for the athletes, and he'll do anything for if you're trying to buy or sell a home. He's just a good guy to try to help you.
Yeah, Wilson walks for the second time today. Now runners at first and second, nobody out. And that'll bring in Dylan Jones. Dylan struck out in the first, walked in the third, and scored. Actually, Dylan scored twice today. He was one of those players that was hit back in the second inning. And swing and a miss on that one. Hit by pitch in the second inning, walked in the third, scored both times. Trammell Hastings scheduled to be on deck, but it looks like maybe have a pinch hitter over there. No, that's Trammell. Couldn't hardly see his number until then. So that's Trammell Hastings on deck. Count now 1-1.
Tripp stole third. They weren't even trying to hold him at second.
First and third now, nobody out. And the pitch popped up on the infield. Second baseman coming in, and makes the catch. And the first out in the inning for Clinton.
He laid out a pretty bunt a while ago, didn't he?
He did, and reached first when Valley Springs failed to cover first. Hastings went out to third in the second inning. And he came around to score after that bunt in the third. And there goes the runner for second. And makes it without a throw. It's Nathan Wilson. Second and third now, one out.
We've had plenty of men on bases this game.
Pitch just outside. Count even 1-1. Another one of our great sponsors is Chad Brown. He's located down on Court Street, attorney at law, 307 Court Street. Chad Brown for all your legal needs. And the pitch is high. His son Sam had a big hit at Ball Knob on Monday. Came off the bench, pinch hit, got a single. 2-1 pitch on the way, and it's high now, 3-1 on Hastings. Second and third, one out. Jackets lead 10-0 here in the fourth inning. And the pitch is fouled back to the screen. Count now runs full. Want to mention Kennedy Abstract and Title Company, 232 Greek Street. That's on the east side of the court square. and just catty-cornered from KHPQ. And Hastings fouls it off to the first base side. Boji, you probably did not know this, Boji. Canada Abstract and Title, they've been around since 1951. This is the 70th anniversary for Canada Abstract and Title Company. Maybe one of the oldest continuous businesses in Clinton.
I hate to say this, but they're older than I am.
And Hastings walks, and the bases are loaded again for the Yellow Jackets with one out. Been around since 1951. They're third generation of owners of the Canada Abstract and Title Company. They also have a Facebook page, and you can go there for all types of information. But if your trusted source in Van Buren County for all real estate needs is Canada Abstract and Title Company. Thank them for sponsoring Yellow Jacket baseball and softball. Back to the top of the order, Titus Johnson. Bases loaded, one out. Here's the pitch, and a hot shot, fair, past third, into the corner. Landers will score, and
Ball gets by the left fielder again.
And here comes Johnson. He's going to score. 3-run score. I'm going to get that a double and an error probably as the ball got.
Yes.
As a nice shot just over the bag at third, fair. And once again, the left fielder misplays the ball out there. And 3 runners score for the Yellow Jackets on a double by Titus Johnson. Now that makes the score 13-0 here at the top of the fourth. And the pitch goes high. I want to mention Regions Bank, downtown Clinton. There's also a branch over at Fairfield Bay. Regions Bank from simple bank account all the way to your first home purchase. And the pitch is outside. And also these days and times now, the interest rates are so low, you may want to come in and refinance your home to a lower interest rate. You can do that also at Regions Bank, downtown Clinton, just off the court square. And Nelson takes a pitch inside, gets back to the screen, and Johnson goes over to third.
That's amazing just how much, like a half of a percentage point, makes a huge difference on a long mortgage.
A lot of services they offer over there, personal banking. You own a small business, they can help you. Also, they can help you with advising you about investing and retirement. That's at Regions Bank, downtown Clinton. And pitches high to Nelson. And he heads to first. The Yellow Jackets now have runners at first and third. And only one out. And that'll bring in Russ Hensley. Russ has had a good day. Hit by a pitch in the first. Singled and scored in the second. Singled and scored in the third. And he knocked in, I believe, maybe 4 runs. I didn't write those down, but I think he cleared the bases a couple of times.
Yeah, one time. Peyton will probably come in there the dugout and tell him, why'd you foul that pitch off? I had the base stole.
There he goes again. And he's still second without a throw. Second and third now with only one out. Count evens up on Hensley. Kelly in his first inning of work for Valley Springs, and he's thrown a lot of pitches high.
A lot of them are way out of the zone.
Todd Treese and the whole crew over at the Pottery Shop, thank you for your support. And that pitch is high and inside. And from metal art to shoes to jewelry to clothes, you can get it all at the Pottery Shop. And pitch inside, ball 4. And Hensley walks, and that reloads the bases. That'll bring in Chalk. Chalk reached on a fielder's choice. He was out on a fielder's choice in the first. Singled in the second. Also singled in the third. He's 2 for 3 today. And the pitch is outside. Jackets up 13-0 if you just tuned in. Here in the bottom of the fourth. 8th hitter to bat for Clinton here in the inning. Also, Todd Treese and the Pottery Shop, they have a great website also. You can go there and see what the latest styles and things are, what they have in the shop. They also have a category called Game Day. You can get all type of game day materials, Razorbacks, Clinton Yellow Jackets, and for your game day needs, get it all there at the Pottery Shop. And pitch is outside.
Two balls, no strike, one out. Bases loaded.
Jackets looking to add on to a big lead. Here's the pitch. It's a strike called. Now 2-1. A little more overcast now. Clouds moving in. I think we have rain forecast tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting Lady Yellow Jacket softball tomorrow, barring weather, and pop up on the infield. And that'll be an infield fly rule. Third baseman makes the catch, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Caught by the third baseman. Lady Yellow Jackets will host Valley Springs tomorrow. Valley Springs is 15-5 in softball. And so they'll be here tomorrow at 4:30. It'll be senior day for 4 Lady Yellow Jackets tomorrow, barring the weather. And the pitch is a ground ball. Base hit in the left field. Johnson scores. Here comes Nelson. And he'll score. And that'll make the score 15-0. And I believe that's going to end the ball game right here with a 15 runs after 3-inning rule. And that will end the ball game as Zach Alexander base hit on his, I would say, final at bat, but we're going to be hosting a regional tournament here, so hopefully he'll get some more at bats before it's over here at home.
Regular season at bat.
That's a good way to put it. His final regular season bat of his career. Zach Alexander gets a base hit, knocks in 2 runs, makes the score Clinton 15, Valley Springs nothing, and that'll be the final today. Stay with us. We'll wrap it up. You're listening to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip 94.7 and the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.
First Arkansas Bank and Trust is thinking outside the box with Cube. Cube is a new interactive banking service that allows you to cash checks, make deposits, make your home or auto loan payment without leaving the comfort of your vehicle. Cube uses live, local, friendly account representatives Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. For extended banking hours, personal service, and convenient access, start banking outside the box with Cube at First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
At Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, you aren't just a number on the scoreboard. With 1.3 million insured, we have a long history of making good plays. That's why game day and every day make us your friends for life. Contact your local Farm Bureau agent for more information or visit us at www.sfbli.com.
Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. Not licensed to do business in all 50 states.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. FL Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. FL Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
At First Security, our team is proud to be only in Arkansas. In fact, we've been committed to our home state since 1932. Why does that matter? Banking with First Security means that you get friendly service from local professionals right where you live. Decisions are made here, and so are relationships. From personal banking to business to mortgage, First Security is here for you. First Security, only in Arkansas. FSBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time to meet your starting lineup. Grassroots Equipment is your hometown Massey Ferguson dealer. And now we've raised the bar with our new line of Massey Ferguson compact and utility tractors. We're offering them with 0% financing for 84 months. These tractors are backed by a 5-year powertrain warranty, plus dedicated service from a company that's been in business for years. Visit Grassroots Equipment in B Branch today.
Mike Hawley back at the ballpark. The Yellow Jackets win today by a score of 15-0 over Valley Springs. Valley's now 1-18 on the season. And this was the 6th time this year they've been shut out, and the 14th time this year that Valley Springs has scored 3 runs or less. Yellow Jackets short-handed today, but they came out and hit the ball well and scored early and often. The Yellow Jackets break a 3-game losing streak, and they are now 15-12 on the season as they head into district tournament play next week. But remember, the Yellow Jackets started out 1-5, so now they're 15-12 on the season. Here on Senior Day, as the Yellow Jackets honored Zach Alexander here on Senior Day 2001. Looking back at the ball game today, Ty Dodge started for the Jackets today and pitched great as he set down Valley Springs with only 1 hit in the first inning. And the Yellow Jackets came to bat, got a hit, scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the first inning and led 2-0. Dodd set them down in order in the second inning, and the Yellow Jackets got 2 hits and 4 runs, along with 2 hit batters to go along with those 2 hits. They picked up 4 runs in the second and led 6-0. The Yellow Jackets added 4 more in the third on 2 more hits and led 10-0. And then after Dodge sets them down in the top of the 4th inning, the Yellow Jackets come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, and with only 1 hit and a hit batter and 2 walks, 3 walks in the 5th inning, the Yellow Jackets scored with one hit, 3 walks, and a hit batter. They pick up 5 runs in the 4th inning, and they invoke the 15-run rule after 3 innings. And they win today by a score of 15-0, all hitting up and down the lineup for the Yellow Jackets today. They score 15 runs on 6 hits. Valley Springs is shut out today on only 2 hits. And our First Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game today will be starting pitcher Ty Dodd. He goes all the way for the win. He struck out 6, and even bigger than that, Bochy, doesn't walk anybody, doesn't hit anybody, and that's big time in high school baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. That head coach standing over in that dugout, he loves to see pitchers throw strikes. Keep it down in the zone. Keeps your defense on their toes. If you're not giving them free bases, that's almost just like an extra out. We didn't make any defensive errors. He doesn't walk anybody. And so good things happen, and we came out with a win.
I think you mentioned during the broadcast, too, in high school baseball, you walk somebody, you hit somebody, you put them on base, then it just takes 1 big hit to score runs.
Yeah.
If you can avoid the walks and the hit batters and force a team to have to get 3 hits in the same inning, it's a lot tougher in high school baseball.
It is a lot tougher.
Well, we'll be on the air tomorrow, our next broadcast. It'll be senior day for Lady Yellow Jackets softball. It'll be 4:30 in the downtown ballparks as they'll take on a very good Valley Springs softball team. Valley Springs 15-5 on the year in softball. And that game will start at 4:30. And there'll be 4 Lady Yellow Jacket seniors honored tomorrow. And we'll be on the air at about 4:20, barring weather. We hope we're on the air tomorrow. So we'll be on at 4:20 tomorrow. First pitch at 4:30 for Yellow Jacket softball. For these Yellow Jacket baseball players, it'll be Monday at 2 o'clock. And we'll be taking on Cave City in the first rounds of the district tournament at Harding Academy. Got to get a win there against the number 5 team, Cave City. And that'll punch their ticket to the regional tournament next week here in Clinton.
You know, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's going to be huge. You know, we're playing a freshman, about 6 sophomores, 1 junior and 1 senior. You know, we can get in the regional tournament and even surprise somebody there possibly. You know, we may have a run of 3 or 4 years here where we could do some good. Mm-hmm. Get some of our kids back healthy. Get our pitching in shape, and I can see us having a good run for the next couple of 3 years.
Well, we'll mention one more time, we want to honor our only senior, Zach Alexander, for all he did for Yellow Jacket baseball, and he ended the ball game on his final regular season at bat of his career with a base hit, knocked in 2 runs, and that ended the ball game. And hopefully he's got several more at bats before his career is over. And so, well, that'll do it today from the ballpark. Glad you could join us today. Thanks for Boji Hester here at the field and Keith Parrish back at the station along with Sid King. We want to thank everybody and all the sponsors for bringing Yellow Jacket baseball. We'll see you tomorrow for Yellow Jacket softball. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, so long. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Keith.
Today's exciting Yellow Jacket baseball action has been brought to you by these fine sponsors: by Ozark Health Medical Center, F.L. Davis, Ace Clinton, Blagg Law Firm, by Justin's Collision Repair and Towing, by The River Insurance Company, by Joe Lee Chevrolet, by First Security Bank, by Grassroots Equipment, by the Farm Bureau Insurance, by Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the video, Facebook, and YouTube streams when internet is available, by First Arkansas Bank and Trust, and by Cowboy CDJR. The play of the game has been brought to you by First Arkansas Bank and Trust, and your announcer for today's game was KHPQ's Mike Colley. Your producer has been Keith Parrish. Thank you, and have a great day.